Okay, hear me out guys. I think that this might be the best trailer that we've gotten so far from Netflix regarding this live action. It showed several new scenes that'll make diehard Avatar fans geek out for the next few hours. It legit had everything that I'd hope to see in a final trailer. Aang going into the Avatar state, a first look at Avatar Kyoshi, the siege on the Northern Water Tribe, as well as seeing a fleet of flying bisons, which I still can't get over with. Welcome to Creative Caution. I'm your host Aladdin. This will be my trailer breakdown for the latest trailer for Netflix's Avatar The Last Airbender. As you saw from the trailer, there were a ton of new scenes that looked identical to the animated show, but slightly even better for a live action, of course. The scenery, the tone, the sound, and the emotions of the actors, everything, it just looked too good to be true. That is why I'm crossing my fingers that it does turn out good for new fans coming into this franchise. Now, before we get into the breakdown, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you guys can stay up to date with all my Avatar videos. Lastly, I just want to let y'all know that I will be doing a $20 gift card giveaway once we hit 20,000 subscribers. If you want to participate, all you gotta do is be a subscriber, like the video, and leave a comment discussing anything that you liked about the video, and that's it. Once we hit our goal of 20,000 subscribers, I'll pick the winner in whatever most recent video I have out, so good luck to everyone. So the trailer starts off with what sounds like Avatar Kyoshi telling Aang he needs to master the Avatar state, that it could be his ultimate weapon, referring to that since he's the Avatar, he has the power to dictate the playing field at his own disposal. So getting the hang of being in the Avatar state should be one of his top priorities in mastering. We then get our first look at Avatar Kyoshi. Now, I think that the show might use her character as a spirit form, where she'll channel Aang as a vessel and end up using his body to interact with the world. That might explain this scene right here where someone is dropping down in front of Zhao's men, causing them to all blow away. At first, it seemed like that it might have been Aang, but with another close-up and the surroundings, it does look like it's Avatar Kyoshi who's ultimately the one dropping down here. We can even see in the background that this is at Kyoshi Island, especially in this scene here with the little huts and all. So it'll be interesting to see how the show uses Avatar Kyoshi compared to the animated one, and whether she'll use Aang's body as a vessel for her to showcase her appearance to everyone else. Now, if you blink here, you might miss the several quick scenes of Aang going into the Avatar state, so I'll slow it down for you all so you guys can see exactly what's happening in each frame. We see another shot of Kyoshi, what looks like that she's about to make a huge move, which might lead into this next shot where it's a huge firestorm. I'm not quite sure what's going on here or whether that's Kyoshi's doing, but we do see Sokka here all shocked at everything that's going on. We get a shot of Aang going into the Avatar state, but this time it looks like this might be the scene where he crashes with Appa into the ocean and activates the Avatar state to save them. You can even tell that this shot is underwater with all the water particles around him. We get another similar shot of Aang going into the Avatar state, which also looks like he's underwater here. We also see it here where he's forming the shape of an iceberg. Now we get a final clear look at Appa and Aang, both underwater, and you can even see Appa in the background there. Aang ends up going into the Avatar state, where he'll form a huge iceberg around him and Appa to save them. Now this scene looks crazy. This scene will be taking place at the Southern Air Temple when Aang visits it with the gang. However, as he's going through the Air Temple, he'll notice Monk Gyatso's dead body from the war with the Fire Nation, which will cause Aang to go into the Avatar state. Seeing this like this, I can for sure tell you that this looks insanely epic. The tone and the vibe of this scene are like chills to the body. Aang looks like he's about to go ape shit, and we know exactly that he will in this scene. In the cartoon show, Aang would enter the Avatar state, causing all of his surroundings to get destroyed, and we even get a little glimpse of that in this scene here. You can see the sheer strength and power of Aang, and this is the boy who will be taking on Ozai. Like, come on now, put some respect on my boy Aang. But the cinematography looks insanely epic. When they said that the VFX was going to be out of this park, they meant that. Aang is destroying everything around him, and we even hear Katara in the background calling his name, which is the same way that she did in the animated show. You could tell that the showrunners have done their homework and research by recreating these iconic scenes into real life. But seeing Aang in this state, in a cinematic state, is just beyond words. I can't even put it into words enough just how amazing this looks and how grand this whole scene will be when watching it for the first time. But we do see another angle of Aang going berserk, which looks like the scene where he blows Sokka away, since we can see Sokka holding on for dear life to this tree branch here. However, we also get a scene where Katara comforts Aang as he goes out of the Avatar state. Most of these scenes so far have been faithful to the animated series, and that is something that I'm happy to see. There will obviously be changes to the show, but I'm glad that we're seeing some of the important scenes that we need to see in hopes of understanding just how hurt Aang really is and why he's expressing himself this way. So kudos to you, Netflix and the showrunners. We get two new looks of the Northern Water Tribe in Omashu, and they both look absolutely identical to the animated show's version, but I specifically like how both locations look so grand and real. Almost makes me feel like like that I can visit these places in real life. But we do see the gang here on Appa arriving at the Northern Water Tribe, so this will most likely be the final episode of the season. Also, Omashu looks way bigger in this scene compared to the last ones that we've seen. This almost looks like an empire of some sort, which I'm loving heavily. So far, I think Omashu has the best scenery in this live action. Now, here's a fun little scene. I almost forgot about this one actually, but we get our first look at Katara and Sokka on their boat as they fight off some waves, which will be how they stumble upon Aang's iceberg later in the episode. This is almost a 1-1 to how it actually appears in the animated show, so I'm curious to see if this will play out the same way. We get a look at Zuko and Iroh together, which looks like they're in the Northern Water Tribe here, and we even hear Zuko asking Iroh, what is that? This might be the scene where he's getting his first look at Koizilla. We also see Sokka in the Northern Water Tribe here, and he's also looking up as well, which might all be in the same scene where they're getting their first look at Koizilla. Now, you might have missed it at first glance, but in the background behind Sokka, we see the ocean and moon spirit Tui and La. If you don't know about the two spirits, legend has it that the ocean and moon spirits had permanently crossed over from the spirit world into the mortal world near the beginning of time. They ended up creating the oasis in the North Pole and took the form of two koi fish, which is what you see here. We even get our first look at Koizilla. It's not the best look, but it's something for now, so I'm happy to see that. The Fire Nation is also seen attacking the Northern Water Tribe here, which will all take place in the final episode of the season. We also see Katara and some waterbenders defending off against Zhao's men, so this might be taking place earlier in the battle. We get a flashback of Aang and Monk Gyatso at the Southern Air Temple here, and we also see a herd of flying bisons, which look amazing. We can even see one bison flying behind Monk Gyatso. So this might be the scene where Aang picks his bison and where we'll meet our boy Appa. We get our first look at Sokka and Zuko having their first fight scene at the Southern Water Tribe, and we've already seen this particular scene in the behind the scenes video. I actually broke that whole scene down in my last video, so I'll leave a link to that video after this one. Okay, now my favorite shot or scene throughout this whole trailer has to be this one. The way that Aang jumps off Zuko's ship here and glides away looks so damn cool and epic. I don't know why, but this scene always gets to me, and I just think they did one hell of a job at capturing this shot. But finally, we hear our boy Aang tell Appa, yip yip, and to me, that secured the fateful hope that this show will live up to the hype. Even with the newest changes coming to this version, I still believe that this show will do wonders for existing fans and new ones. So it's just a matter of time until we see the finished result. Now, there were some other scenes that we've already seen before in previous trailers, which is why I didn't want to go over them in this video just for the sake of time and not repeating the same things I've already said before. But the trailer overall was good timing before the show's release. It showcased Aang going into the Avatar state, along with seeing some new footage of the final episode up in the Northern Water Tribe. I for one am hella impressed with all these promos and trailers that we've gotten so far. Everything just looks so damn spectacular, and I feel like the show has really captured the spirit and liveliness of the world of Avatar, but by also adding its own twists, by toning the show into a more dramatic series, with some new elements that will spice things up for all viewers. I'm excited to see what Netflix has been cooking up all these years for this show. Anyway, I'd love to know what you all thought about this trailer and whether you'll be tuning in for it or not. Also, what was your favorite part of the trailer? Let me know in the comments below. Let's get some positive conversations in the comment section. So buckle up everyone, because at this point it's about to be one hell of a ride. But check out my other Avatar videos as well. There's a bunch of new info in those videos, so I'll put those videos here at the end. I'll have way more Avatar content as the show nears its release, so make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of these. Regarding what I'll do for each episode, the plan right now is I'll do each episode one at a time and give it a few days before I drop the next one, just so fans can sit down with each episode and process it before going on to the next one. After that, I'll do a separate video going over the whole season and giving my overall opinion on what I thought of it as a whole and just how it ultimately did. So my only advice is make sure to take notes everyone, because there will be several things that you might want to address in the upcoming days. Anyways, thanks for watching guys. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button and make sure to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on notifications for future uploads. Thank you all once more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care everyone.